Okay, so this is the whirligig part. You fling this little handle and this thing goes wee, wee, wee. And this part here from here to there is the same as this part here from here to there. But the problem arises that this part from here to here is not as far as from here to there. So I'm going to need to get something like an old lawnmower blade or something and put across that, drill some holes in it, drill some holes in that, and then put some bolts in that, and then drill. You know, you get where I'm coming from now. See, it's got this thing that sticks out back here. It's threaded on both ends. I don't even know what that's for. I'm guessing it might be to help you not get killed in a car crash, because if this was facing forward, it would be sticking out maybe enough to keep that seat from collapsing on top of you and crushing your legs. But let's just check that. That's 20 inches, and so that's going to be sticking out a little bit up front, which may or may not be okay, because if it was back here, it would be sticking out even more. Maybe that's the part that's supposed to stick out. Maybe it's supposed to keep your hips from getting crushed instead of keeping your... Anyway, it don't matter. It won't fit. That's the bottom line. It won't fit. I need a couple of straight pieces that are strong enough not to bend under the weight of my body to sit right there to attach to that and to that. So that's going to be the next challenge here. I'll work on it though. I'll get it right. So maybe this should go back here where my hips are, because I don't want my legs, my ankles banging into them things when I get in and out of the car. So that's how I'm going to think it. So that means this one goes on the other side and that one goes on this side. Right? Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Is that right? Let me think about this now. This one goes this way. These aren't both on the same side, are they? They might be. You wouldn't have sent me two for the same side, would you? Well, they did. Look at that. I wonder if that's reversible. See, with the thing on the back and that part up, both of these have the knob coming out the right side. Seemed to me like the knob ought to be on the other side, but it may be that they're both designed to be on the right handle side, so that even if you're sitting on the... Let's see now, when I flip that over though, it's not going to be, it's all both going to be on the left side. I wonder if that's reversible. Let's take a look. It is. Okay. Okay. It's got a notch here. It's got a notch there. So if I flip that around, no, I don't think it's going to work. If I flip it around, I think it's going to have to be like that. Well, at least it keeps me from, I guess it don't matter which side I put on which side unless I reverse one of them. I could reverse one of them altogether, turn one backwards. Getting ahead of myself. I ain't even figured out how I'm going to mount these things yet. I do have a couple pieces of metal that I cut down there. I'm going to put y'all on hold while I study on this problem. You know, some time ago I did cut some goodly sized pieces of metal. I took one of those square tube things and split it, and it gave me some metal like this to work with. I've got a metal pile in the back. I think what I'm going to do is walk down the metal pile and see what I can find. I need something that is at least, what is that, 17 inches, and wide enough to get a bolt through. I'll go see what I can. Y'all might have noticed a while ago I put extra glasses on my head because I couldn't see, and I started asking myself, I said, Seth, how come you can't see? And it occurred to me, oh, I got a light bulb that ain't bulbing, it ain't fluorescent, it ain't doing what it's supposed to do, it ain't giving off light, it ain't illuminating. The good Lord said, let there be light, and this light bulb said, yeah, ain't gonna do it today, Lord. So something ain't right. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh, that's the way the world works, by the way. Something ain't right. See if I can fix it. You don't say them nasty light bulbs. They don't believe what I want them to believe, and they're evil. You're gonna do it. You're gonna say that. You say, oh, let me just fix it. Because see what's wrong with the wire. That wire. right there, but I believe might be no problem. I might have to go higher up on the ladder to see it. There's something there they can make it too. Oh, okay. Okay, so when I turn the lights off and get higher, which is a problem because if I want to get higher, I might decide to put this off till I got this table in here, and then I can back a trailer or something up in here and put a ladder up on top of that, and we're going to get higher without having to go any higher on this thing. I think I'll do that. I'll just leave that problem alone until I'm better equipped to handle it. So I have gone to the metal pile. I've gotten this piece of metal. It is almost big enough to do what I want it to do, but not quite. I might split it into two pieces. And if I did that, it might be. I have to think about this now, but I don't want to get this wrong. I don't want to put anything on here that's not going to work. What I'm trying to do. It might be if I split off a side piece. Put it on each side. Yeah, I got some more pieces of this about this side. That's pretty sturdy metal right there. Well, I can tell this is a project that's going to take more wampus magnitude than I might have fun with the party with me today. So I might have to go and make some additional considerations here. Yeah, I need to. Basically, and this is just a simple explanation that anybody could understand, but basically if I connect a piece that goes from here to here, a piece that goes from here to here, a piece that doesn't hang down and jam up with gears, then I should be able to connect that piece in here. That 14 inches, and this is almost 14 inches. So basically, yeah. So if I made a piece just as long as this, going that way, and that would slide back and forth and connect it on top of that. Now, this is pretty thick, but it may not be thick enough. I might need something else. Not long enough that way. It's just going to go that way. I'm going to have to spend some time contemplating my next move. I know I've got some metal I could use for that, but it's going to raise that up by an additional inch. Now, it might not matter. We might get into a situation where I need to take these seats down and set them in the Studebaker and put them up on blocks and measure how far I can afford for them to be from the floor. And doing that is going to involve taking the seats out of the Studebaker, which is going to involve something else altogether. So what I could do while I'm here and I got this table set up, pretty good clean working environment, and is I could bring the other bucket seat up here, put the other little knobby little slide things on it, like I did this one. Put this little thing on it, and then I could take all of that. Well, then I can go down there and take. I'm working this out. I'm carefully. I'm making careful plans here as to what I'm going to do next, just because I'm snagged, wicked snagged. So I could do that. I might do that. I don't want this to be in the way of whatever I put across this right here. Looks like as long as I keep it straight across, between them 2 points, I would do it there. So I think that's the next best thing to do. In fact, I'll just leave the plastic on that. Might just pick that whole thing up, take it down there, and then grab the other one and bring it up here. And we'll lay it down. We'll let it recline. We'll let it recline right here. And then I'll work on it from there. Okay? Okay. So really, with this plastic here, I might be able to get that back up over this, and then I won't have to wash my hands again. Might work too. All right. I'm going to bid y'all adieu. Go do that. I do go do that. Okay? So what I did decide to do was to bring the other one up here and leave this one here. That way I have that one to look at while I'm doing this one. And then I don't need to look at that video. I'm old and sometimes I don't remember things and I don't do them right even when I do remember them. And sometimes it's easier to have something to glance over at to keep my togethers together. And I'm going to turn that heater off because you know what? Warm enough in here already. And I'm probably going to go and take these big boots off. Well, yeah. I'll probably take these big boots off. If I'm going back and digging stuff out of the metal pile, I'd want them on. Well, it seemed like it took a long time to do that first one, but you know, it's like a lot of things. Once you know how, that last little bit went on there easy. Look at that. What is that? Vaseline. Okay, that makes sense. They grease these sliders with Vaseline. That way, if you get some on the seat, it won't hurt anything. That's pretty smart. So, the next thing is, I'm going to go down there and crawl underneath the hot rod, the Studebaker, and take a look and see what we got for bolts through the floor and how it looks up underneath there.